Hey all, it's Vintage Vinny and welcome to another antique store and flea market haul. Everything I'm going to be sharing with you today came from Pine Hill Antique Mall in Reinhold's, PA. I also went to the Flea and found some stuff there. Since I didn't find very much at the Pine Hill Antique Mall, I'm just combining it all into one video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Before we check out the stuff from the antique mall, I did want to share something that I bought on eBay before I went on my trip, and it just arrived now because of the way the post office is now. So I did get 5 pinup arcade cards for $10.49, which I felt was a fair price. We have what's called a panel card, where there are 6 different images of women. I'm not personally a fan of these. I much prefer the individual cards. Granted, if you are just wanting to have one card with 6 different women on it, that's perfectly okay, but for me, I like to have the individual images. So this is an Earl Moran one called Open Season. I love the image of that girl dressed in the big old brimmed hat and the sexy, I guess you could say, overalls. And then we've got Easy to Take, which is, I think that's another Earl Moran. Looks like she's a chef, but the only thing she's wearing is an apron. Very, very sexy. This one, I have to say, is probably my favorite out of the entire lot. Start the Ball Rolling. You can barely see the form of her body behind the bubble. Very, very naughty and risque. Now, this one I think I have on a calendar. It's called Caught in the Draft. I don't know who the artist of this one is. I think it might be Earl Moran or Zoe Mozart, but I love that. That's just a very fun image. So those are my pinup cards from eBay. So now everything we're looking at came from the Pine Hills Antique Mall in Reinhold's, Pennsylvania. I didn't find a whole lot, but the 4 items I did buy cost me $35 and change. The first being this really awesome 1956 DeForest of California mustard jar. Paid about $8.80 for that. I think I can nab maybe $30, $35 on eBay. And the only thing that's wrong with it is it has crazing all over it, which is expected because this is a 65-year-old piece of pottery. Paid only $5 for this Occupied Japan Santa planter. Oops, didn't mean to move my camera there. Or drop my phone clip. Again, paid $5. Since it's made in Occupied Japan, that dates this between 1945 and 1952. The only issue with it is that Santa Claus has a lot of paint loss. This was cold painted, so it does tend to chip off and flake off really easily. I'm not really sure if there's a way to repair it or to stop it from chipping off any further. I don't know if that clear nail polish will do anything, but you know, sometimes this kind of damage just shows its age, so I might just leave it as is and just add it as a precaution if I decide to go ahead and sell it. Got this bowl here for $10. Actually, no, sorry, it was on sale, $8. They had the Renegers sale. Most of the places that we went to had it. So you wind him up, and you set him down, and he spins, and he moves. So that's pretty cool. Look at how angry this guy is. It's a Cuss Bank. Paid $12 for it, on sale from $15. He's an angry fella. So I guess it's kind of like what we all do nowadays. If you swear, you got to put in $1 or something like that. Tempered charges. For just a naughty word from you, a 5-cent charge will do. For using language you shouldn't oughter, the charge will be great, big quarter. But if the word is rough this time, that of course will cost a dime. I'll make you put in money, but I'll change you if I can from saying rough, tough swear words, even a quiet little damn. So this was made in Japan as well, and while I do keep my language down on YouTube for monetization purposes, I can have a pretty bad mouth sometimes. I come from a family of sailor mouths, so it's not something that's out of the ordinary for me. Scott can attest to that. I've said some pretty bad words around him. I've dropped the F-bomb. I've said some words. Now there are some that I don't say very often because they're pretty bad, but you get the picture. So this is the first group of items that I picked up at the flea market. It was $15. Let's go ahead and check out what's in here. So in this box are a vast array of vintage Christmas cards. I will be going through them and keeping the ones that I want, and then I will more than likely do different lots, or maybe I'll just do one big lot of the ones that I don't want at my Christmas in July sale that I plan on having. So these were just the 3 that I felt should get some screen time. And there's tons of them that should, but these are the ones that I just picked out. I'm loving the teal and the silver wreath, and I love the font of the letters on this one. Christmas greetings and best wishes for a new year. Uncle Frank, Hilda, and Mary. Hope you'll let me cut in because I've got your Christmas. All cut out for you. Merry Christmas. Love that. Now, this snowman one is absolutely adorable. Look at that. I love the colors. I love the images. Just a really awesome piece. Now, I don't know if this is a dachshund, but I think it's cute otherwise. Greetings. Heads or tails. You're sure to win this wish. Merry Christmas. That is super, super adorable. Oops. But there is more to show in this box. So I told a bit of a lie. I decided to go ahead and pull out a few more cards to share with you all because they are very, very cute. So we've got this one with Santa Claus. I'm going to move my camera over just a little bit. It says, "At Christmas," with a really awesome image of Santa there. And then there's a really nice image of a tree. "Christmas greetings and every good wish for the next year. Mrs. French." And then we got ones like this. I should have pulled out a couple of the religious ones, and those are the ones I'm probably going to end up selling at the sale. Because I don't pray, I don't go to church or anything like that, so those just aren't up my alley. But I know some of you all are definitely into prayer and going to services all year, and of course, Christmas season services. So those I will more than likely just offer to you all and throw a couple of these other cute ones in there. Look at this one. I'm loving the images on there, and it's got Silent Night on the inside. Let me know in the comments section below, would you like me to do like maybe a premiere or something like that showing you all of the Christmas cards that are in here? Because there's a lot of them, and we'll just go through them, I guess, one by one, but we'll have to do that on a separate video because if we did that on this haul, it would probably be an hour long. And then I thought I'd show you all these really cool Victorian postcards that were in here. This one's for Valentine's. Is that focused? I don't think it is. There we go. "To my Valentine." And this one is stamped 1908 and it's embossed. So you know it's definitely older. I think this is German. It is a German postcard. Look at that. And then we've got this one for a new year. And her dress feels flocked. And that one was also from 1908. Made in Germany as well. Isn't that just amazing? Like, they just don't make stuff like this anymore. I mean, I shouldn't say that they do, they reproduce it, but it just doesn't compare to the original stuff. Am I wrong? Also included in that lot for $15 are these 3 salt and pepper shakers. We've got a cow holding her calf. Looks like it was a souvenir from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hand-painted Japan. The cork is in the box. I just got to put it back inside, or in the hole. And this one is one that I've seen at one of my local peddler malls, but unfortunately it's all busted up. So I was happy to find an intact copy. These look like circus elephants to me, also made in Japan. So I was happy to get those. And then I saw these, and I was like, oh, those look interesting. Some cabbage heads. And then I turn them over, and they're Holt Howard. So those are probably from the 60s or the 70s. But I might save those for springtime and sell those at a live sale then. I more than likely will offer them up because they are Holt. Next part of that lot are these little tchotchkes. I picked up this little traffic light. For whatever reason, I don't know. You spin the top here, and it just says walk and don't walk with the red and the green showing. So I got that. I got this really awesome, probably 1960s Japan cat lighter. Now that doesn't go for much, and that's okay. I just like the look of it anyway. It's made by Ronson. I just really like that 60s looking cat on there. That'll go in my junk jar because it doesn't sell for much. Like I said, I like going to the flea market and finding this stuff that's not worth a lot of money and just throwing it in the jar anyway because I think it's cool. We got this little maze game here. You got to put the balls in the center. Now, there was something that I picked up, looked at, and put down, and then someone else picked it up. And that happened a couple times. Or they got to it before I did at this time around. But I still got some great stuff. And then these, I think, were charms or something. You got out of the gum machine, or I don't know. But I know my dad's had a few of them. We've got a stagecoach, and we also have the cowboy riding a horse. I think they're like little puzzles that you could take apart. But they are very fun, and again, those are going right into my junk jar. I've got a funny little obsession with these little license plate tag keychain things that came with your, I guess, your keys back in the day. Like it was a part of your registration for your car. So I've got a bunch of those in my jar. Paid $5 a piece for these really awesome planters. I love, love, love this elephant. I would say it's probably American bisque. And as you can see, a lot of the paint has come off, but I don't care because he's for me. So I am keeping Mr. Elephant with the trunk up. Now this guy, I think he's a lion? No, maybe a tiger. Sorry, he's a tiger. And he, I believe, is American bisque or Royal Copley. The only issue with him is he's got a minor little chippy doodle right there. But other than that, he's in great shape, and I cannot wait to sell him at a live sale. I'm sure somebody's going to scoop him up. And by the way, that little animal was filthy McNasty. Look how much dirt came off of it. I did get 4 items for $6 from one of the clean-out people, and this is what I got. First being this really cool little battery-operated lantern. It has a glass shade. It is a little dirty and a little bit rusty, but that's just part of age. So I had to have that. I also got this new in package pack of Christmas plates. They were made by Reed's Party Plates, made here in the United States. I don't know how well they would hold up nowadays because they are a little bit older. But nonetheless, they did have to come home with me. Now this box has some really neat stuff in it. So it looks like it was from JCPenney's. They were for dress panties for girls, but there is some really neat stuff in there. So let's go ahead and check that out, shall we? So it looks like we have some baby stockings with Merry Christmas on it. Those are adorable. And we've also got some more Christmas cards for the grandbaby. Oops. From 1957. I like this one with the angels on it for the granddaughter. That's really, really cute. I wonder if these were for twins, maybe. But those were just super, super sweet, and when I saw that card, I knew I had to have that box of stuff. So I was just scouring some, like, $1 and $5 tables at one of the flea market spaces, and I see this lamb cookie jar, and I put my hand on it to look at it, and the guy says, $1. So basically what he was trying to say is, I want to get rid of it, and I couldn't say no, so he basically begged me to take it off of his hand, so I did. It's marked made in the US on the bottom. The jar itself is fine, but the lid is chipped, and as you can see on the inside, it's all cracked up. But, I mean, it gives it character. It probably won't go for what some of these completed listings have gone for, but hey, for $1, anything is profit. For $8, I picked up this really awesome 1950s, 1960s J.P. Clark cigarette circus canister. Oh, it's J.L. Clark, sorry, not J.P. Clark, from Rockford, Illinois, USA. I just really liked the images, and I know that Misty and Katie are probably cringing right now because there are some clowns on here. Like, there's the clown right there. Sorry, guys, but it's part of the canister. And I love it. I think it would look really, really great with treats in it. Actually, I shouldn't say it looks great with treats in it. It would be good to put treats in because it is that cool. And to go along with it, I also found this Federal Reamer. It was $5. Funny, the guy told me that it was Fenton because it was marked with the F there, and I was like, no. I, of course, didn't say anything. I was just like, okay. So I paid him the $5. It does have some issues, but overall it's in good shape. Like, there's a chip right here, and it's kind of rough around the edges. This is stuff when, like, let's say it's kind of sharp in some places, you can smoothen it down with a nail file. I've done it before. But I will more than likely be keeping this because I never can find uranium reamers for cheap. So until I get another one, this one will probably be staying with me. I believe that these two pieces cost me $1.25 each. He had a bunch of media, I think DVDs and CDs and stuff were like 50 cents, and then he had the dollar table. So I did get this Nipper, I think this is one of the salt or pepper shakers. I know it's an older one because it's marked Radio Corp of America on the bottom. Now, he does have, I don't know if it's a crack or just like, because if I give it the flick test, it seems to be fine. But I mean, I wonder if it's like a crack in the glaze that's kind of leading towards the base of the piece. Because it doesn't give off a crack, like, noise. So I had to have that. Now, this isn't, like, old. This is just from my childhood. Avril Lavigne is probably one of my favorite artists of the present day. I like her stuff from when I was growing up. I'm not going to say I don't like her stuff now, but I just prefer the stuff that I listened to when I was a kid. My favorite songs from this album probably have to be Losing Grip, Complicated, Skater Boy, and I think those are the only songs that I've actually listened to on this CD, but I had to have it. CD's all scratched up, but I don't really care. This is just for memory's sake. So I was excited to find that because it's hard to find her albums. I think probably it's just because I've been looking for them for so long. I was really excited to see the Salem North Star Salt and Pepper Shakers. Didn't even know they existed. I paid $3 for them. They are going to go with my dish set that I have. And if you ever find these on the cheap, pick them up because one just sold at auction for $36. So that's a little bolo for you guys. I did pick up two really awesome Remington Typewriter pamphlets. Can't remember exactly what I paid. I think I paid $3 for that one, $5 for that one, because the guy knew I was interested, so I did pay up a little bit. I believe these are probably from the 1940s, just judging by the clothes on the girls, and I just really like the girls' smile on that 25 Typing Shortcuts booklet. So I kind of couldn't resist those. I apologize for the angling of this video. It's just very awkward to film it. It's one of those wall pocket lamps, or not wall pocket lamps, but it's one of those ceramic lamps that hangs on the wall. It's got a plastic socket and has a metal rod sticking out of the apple. Paid $2 for that. And you guys know I like my apples. They're my favorite fruit. Definitely from the 30s or 40s, just judging by the font of the socket here. And yeah, I just couldn't say no to that. I put it down, picked it up, put it down, picked it up, and then said, how much is it? And he said $2, and I took it off of his hands. Now, it does have a little bit of damage right here. I'm wondering if that's maybe a manufacturer flaw, because it doesn't look like it was something that like hit it and it did that, but I could be wrong. Okay, and the last 4 items for this haul I paid $10 for, so that's $2.50 a piece. And the first one is this really awesome 1985 All My Children board game. It is brand new and sealed. On eBay, they don't go for very much. On Amazon, they look like they're doing pretty well. There are 2 of them in FBA right now. I will go ahead and insert the screenshot of the listing so you guys can check that out. But I'm sending it in for about $85.99. Since the 2 people who have it listed have it for the same price, I also want to make sure that I am lower because I want mine to sell. So let's say, like, for example, they have it, for like $88.19. I'm sending it in for a little bit lower, like a few dollars, hoping that somebody will buy it for the $85.99. And then after the fee, I'm going to still make a pretty decent profit. So that was a really good pickup. I found this really awesome set of 1968 Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Whitman playing card games. But that's not the coolest part about these. Each set of these 4 games are sealed. Never been opened. For 53 years, they've sat in the box untouched. How amazing is that? I picked up this really awesome trophy from 1954. It is the Vance Bucher Trophy Award, and it was given to Joanne Vaughn in 1954. I don't know what possessed me to pick this up, but I thought it was neat, and I just like the look of it. Now, if there's anything brass that I do like, it is old trophies. I don't know if this was to sit on something, or if that was just part of how it was made. They had to drill a hole into it to prevent anything from happening. And it was for Dodge Inc., and it looks like these were in Los Angeles, or this company was in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and Miami. So I will definitely be polishing that up with some Carbona wipes with the hope that I can restore it and make it look new again. See, this is one of those things where I don't mind like metal being polished up just to make it look good, because I want the letters to stand out and everything. Not sure if I'll be selling this. We will see. And the last item I'm going to be sharing with you all today for this haul is this really awesome Sign of the Lion Leo Zodiac TR exclusive goblet. These do really, really well. I was really surprised. So here are the sold listings for this item. Again, I wasn't expecting that. So I'm really excited to get this listed, especially because I know people who were born July 23rd through August 22nd, their birthdays are happening pretty darn soon, so they might want to have this for their birthday. So definitely be on the lookout for these Zodiac things. People do like to collect these. I have a Taurus mug that I bought that's from the 70s from Fire King, and that does really, really well. But since I'm a Taurus, I'm not selling it for the time being unless I absolutely need the money. But yeah, definitely be on the lookout for these. If you see them at antique stores cheap, or even your flea markets or thrift stores, buy them because certain ones do really, really well. So that is everything I'd like to share with you all today. Let me know in the comment section below what were your favorite items that I shared in this haul. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Be sure and check me out on Instagram. The link to it is down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.